And what we found in our research was that we were going to polarize the world. And so here we are. And not that it didn't need to happen. We absolutely needed to learn and grow. And if you look at, the historical element of how things change, friction is needed in order for change and innovation to occur. And so 10 years ago, we did that initial study. 5 years ago was when we did our initial studies on belonging. And we came through the neuroscience lens to first start looking at, like, what is belonging anyways? Can you measure it? Because everyone seems to think that it is this soft skill, and we talk about it as a feeling. And I now talk about it as belonging is the science behind the feeling. If you know the 5 indicators and you can measure for it and you can actually build skills and behaviors around it. Yeah.
So I really love that, because every company I've talked to, every individual I've spoken to, every executive, they struggle with this belonging thing, because not necessarily for anything else, but even if you take a scan across every company in the world and you ask the question, what is your turnover rate? And every company has a turnover rate. Nobody, especially as the bigger the company is, the more intense the turnover rate becomes. And on every aspect, employees, clients, partners, suppliers. And with the ultimate, what is the utopia, I guess, for businesses is for things to stay, designed in a specific way, put it on a conveyor belt, put your processes on a conveyor belt, and those conveyor belts continue to produce, right? But as soon as we introduce any changes, like changes in staff, changes in customers, changes in your suppliers, you're introducing a paradigm of change to the entire ecosystem of the entire company. So I'm assuming, when we'll dive into it in a second here, when we talk about belonging, we're talking about it from 3-4 different dimensions that impact businesses A. And ultimately, when you put a emphasis on belonging, you're improving the bottom line, I'm assuming, at some point.
Yes. And so there is a direct correlation between your belonging metrics, your culture, and then your bottom line. So we've been able to look at it through the lens of performance. We've been able to look at it the lens through attrition. We've been able to look at it the lens even through localizations.